Hey guys, it's week 4 of the challenge and I wanted to bring you a new recipe that I've recently started incorporating into my diet thanks to my roommate who actually made this for me last week. It is really easy to prepare. It doesn't take a lot of time as far as prep work. You simply just take a spaghetti squash. Now if you've never purchased a spaghetti squash, it's in with all the squashes. The reason they call it spaghetti squash is because after you bake it and you cut it open and you kind of go to, eat the meat of the squash, it pulls apart into strands that look like spaghetti, hence the name. What you'll do is you'll cut your spaghetti squash down the center in half. Make sure you take all the seeds out and all the guts out before you bake it. Preheat your oven to 375. You'll put both sides of the spaghetti squash face down, flesh side down, in the oven for about anywhere from 50 minutes to like an hour. Take it out after that time, flip it right side up so you can actually see the insides of your spaghetti squash. Put it in for another 15 minutes. Take it back out, and then you can put in the center of it, which I've already done here, some spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce. And it can be fresh made if you want. You can throw some veggies in the sauce if you want. And then pop it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. Take it out. If you want to sprinkle some parmesan reggiano on top, you can do that as well. And then you'll notice as you kind of start to pull away at the sides, it kind of becomes like spaghetti. Now this to me is incredibly satisfying. It tastes a lot like spaghetti. Butternut squash only has, for 1 cup, 42 calories. It's got fiber, it's got minerals, it's got vitamins A, C, and K, which I know I've kind of already talked about. We want to eat as many vitamins as possible. And a recent study has come out, and I've always been a strong believer, and I know people try to take their vitamins every day to make sure that they're ensuring they are getting their full supply. But typically our bodies really only absorb about 10% of every vitamin we take into our body. So you can't just assume that you can eat your vitamins and that you're getting all the nutrients that your body needs. It's really important to try to vary up your diet and eat lots of fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and grains to really give your body all the things that it needs, because when you eat the food, your body can actually fully absorb all those nutrients that are going in it. Now another really great thing about this recipe is that if you have celiac disease, which is where you cannot eat gluten. Now gluten is found in barley, wheat, and rye, and some people might not have celiac disease, but you might find that you don't process it as well, and so you might have what is called gluten sensitivity, where you kind of find that you're sluggish. I know a lot of my friends will eat sandwiches for lunch, and then they're needing like their 2 p.m. coffee, and they want to know, why are they so tired? Well, gluten takes a lot of work for our bodies to digest, and so anytime we eat something that takes a long time to break down and takes a lot of energy for our bodies to break down, it's going to pull that energy from other sources, which is usually why people tend to be tired after a big pasta meal or eating a lot of bread. Now, gluten actually causes inflammation in 80% of the population, and a lot of people don't realize it. I know a lot of us are really not in tune with our bodies, or we kind of try to push, how we're feeling off onto other diseases or other things that might be causing that. Now, a review paper by the New England Journal of Medicine actually has linked gluten to 55 diseases. So you might have something that you think is really something else, but it might be caused by gluten and taking gluten into your diet. Some of these diseases have been noted: MS, IBS, cancer, psychiatric diseases, anxiety, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis. I mean, there's just a whole list of all these things that kind of are linked to gluten. And so I try to keep gluten to a minimum in my diet because I don't believe that it's really good, but sometimes you're going to have your bread, right? So this is a great way to get that pasta fix, get the vitamins and the minerals that you need. It's still a filling, hearty dish. It's really tasty without the gluten. If you are not sure if you have sensitivities to gluten, a really great way to figure that out is to completely cut it out of your diet for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, and then slowly bring it back in and kind of see how your body feels when you eat it. And that goes for any food, whether it's dairy or meats or sugars, anything that might be bad for you. If you want to see kind of whether you have a sensitivity to it or not, that's a great way to do it. So anyways, this is my recipe. I hope you guys try it out. It's really easy to make. It's really tasty, very low in calories. It's also low in carbs if you're trying to count carbs. And I highly recommend it. And you're going down, Dr. Wu.